Hi, my name is Greg Lopez, and I'm here today to share with you my concerns and my thoughts as it pertains to what's going on with small business and what's going on with the COVID 19, which, from my perspective, it's nothing more than a fear factor. There's a spirit of fear out there, and what I'd like to call the coronaphobia that is happening. And as a country, we need to start recognizing that we are killing our communities with these lockdowns, these directives that businesses must be shut down because of a fear factor that I believe we have contained as it pertains to the spread. And when you look at the numbers, you have to question what's going on with these numbers. You know, for those of you that don't know me, let me give you a little bit of my background as to why I believe that, you know, small business is important. I am the former director of the Colorado United States Small Business Administration District Office. I'm the former president of the Denver Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm the former mayor of the town of Parker. I'm also a former director of an organization that is sponsored by corporate America that looks for minority firms, Black, Asian, Native American, Hispanic firms to put in their supply chain. And most importantly, I'm a small business owner. So I know all the challenges and the frustrations and the stress that a small business owner goes through every single day as he tries to make his business successful. That's why I feel that it's my time to step forward and no longer be silent. I can't sit back and just watch what's going on anymore. I was hoping that our state would do the right things, but, you know, the fear that we have in our community, I believe, has made some to individuals in leadership to make some very poor decisions, some ill-advised guidance that they've received, and it's starting to kill our economy. There's over 300,000 small businesses in the state of Colorado that have been shut down. That's over 500,000 families that have been crippled, and they are afraid as to what the future might hold for them. The stress that is put on their families, it's neither compassionate nor fair, because you still have some companies that are out there open. And I'm going to tell you that there's going to be at least 20 to 30% of these companies will probably never open again. And that's the tragedy, because it is small business that makes up a community. There's over 661,000 small businesses in the state of Colorado. They represent over 99% of all businesses in the state of Colorado. They employ over 1.1 million people in our state. And I want to show you something because I think this is really telling. I want to show you this map. This is a map of the state of Colorado, and I've highlighted all the different areas that have cases, reported cases of COVID-19. And as you can see, the areas that are highlighted are the ones that have less than 15 cases in their reported county. Less than 15 cases. And yet, they're being asked to shut down. They're being told that they can't open their doors. That is wrong. That is just plain wrong. And these numbers, these aren't active cases of COVID-19. These are reported cases of COVID-19. And we know today that the CDC is encouraging physicians and doctors to code it as COVID-19 if they have any suspicion that that's what it might be. So you can see the numbers aren't really what they are leading us to believe. I know of certain individuals that got the COVID-19 virus and they were ill for a couple of days and they got better. But they don't erase them from those numbers. And being infected by COVID-19 is not a death sentence. It just isn't. I talk to a lot of doctors and I talk to a lot of experts, and what they tell me is that the ones that are the most susceptible to not being able to survive the COVID 19 are the ones that have poor immune systems or weak immune systems, because it does attack the body and it does kill. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm not aware of that. But what we need to do is to make sure that we're not allowing this fear, this coronaphobia, to kill our main streets, to cripple our families, to destroy everything that a lot of hard people have worked for, both in urban Colorado and rural Colorado. They're killing the American dream, not only for the minority communities, the Black, the Hispanic, the Asian, Native American, but all small business owners. And I've had enough. I think it's time for us to do something about it. Now, here's what I want to show you. I also want to show you that, the order that was written to close the businesses comes from the Department of Health and Environment. As you can see the date, it says March 19th, 2020. This is the date. Now, here's what I want to show you. This is signed by the director, as you can see there, Jill Hansacker, the executive director, not an elected official, not the governor, not someone that the people elected. This is a bureaucrat. And I'm going to tell you that the most powerful people in government are the bureaucrats, because they get to set the rules. They get to interpret any laws that get passed by our elected officials. Now, guys, the other thing I want to show you is that this is scheduled to expire April 30th of 2022. And as you can see, this is the order of closing bars, restaurant, theaters, gymnasium, casinos, non-essential personal services facilities, yada, yada, yada. It expires on April 30th. What does that mean? That means that all small businesses today need to put a sign on your door that you're going to be open May 1st. May 1st is when you're going to open, because the order expires on April 30th. And any good business owner would reach out to their customer base and the public and let them know that they're about to open. This is like a grand opening. This is like the first time that they open their doors. You need to put signs out that says you're going to open. Now, I've created a sample sign that you might want to consider. And here's what it looks like. Okay, it's a public notice. Opening Friday, May 1st, 2020. Colorado Small Business Independence Day. And per the state of Colorado closing order being lifted on April 30th, 2022, we welcome back all of our customers. We ask that you practice good hygiene, optional, social distancing, face masks, gloves. God bless America. This is just a sample. You can choose to use this. You can choose to make your own. But know that you're not breaking the law. Know that you're not doing anything wrong. The only thing you're doing is encouraging your customers to remember that you're still open, that you haven't gone anywhere. And so I urge all small businesses across the state of Colorado, do this. Do it now. Do it now before the governor decides to extend this order and try to keep you closed for another 3 weeks, another month, whatever it may be. A small business can't stay closed for more than a week if they're going to survive. It's been six weeks, folks. 6 weeks. That's how long small businesses have been closed. And if you notice, not everybody is being closed. And a lot of us question, How can a marijuana shop dispensary be essential? How can a liquor store be essential? How can a landscaping company be essential? Yet we can't go see our chiropractor. We can't go see our masseuse. We can't go and get a haircut. We can't do some of the basic things that we believe are essential. And that's just wrong. It's just plain wrong. And we just need to get out there and start living life again. And so, in order to give hope to small business owners that they haven't been forgotten, I've created two things that I want to do. I want to recruit an army of people that are strong supporters of small business. And let's be honest, we all know someone that owns a small business. We all know someone that works for a small business. Throughout our course of our normal day before all this happened, we probably touched 3 to 4, maybe even up to 7 small business owners every single day. You know, when you go to the coffee shop, when you go to your dry cleaners, when you go to your barber, when you go to Taco Bell, McDonald's, those are franchises. Those are owned by individual people trying to make a living. And the thing about a small business owner is not only is he working hard to provide for his family, but he's working hard to provide for the families of his employees. So some of us carry 5 families in our hands because we have committed to them that they would have a job. And for them to close this down, that's just not right. It just isn't. You know, we're sacrificing small business for something that we know the health industry is not going to be able to prevent because we're not immune to this. And so who knows what the numbers are going to be as it pertains to the tragedy that COVID-19 is going to cause. But we do know this. We do know that there's 300 small business owners closed. We do know there's 500,000 families that are wondering how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to put food on their table, and how they're going to provide for a future for their children. That we do know. That is not disputable. That is a fact. And we need to start recognizing that small business is important. So how are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to work together with a number of organizations and agents and groups across the state. I've already talked to them. They're all in agreement. On May 16th, we're going to host rallies across the state of Colorado. Now, May 16th is Armed Forces Day. That's when we celebrate Armed Forces Day, which means all the people that are serving in our military, we should celebrate them because they're out there protecting our freedom and our liberty from foreign enemies that want to attack us. Well, on that same day, we are going to champion small business owners because they also are the Army in the front lines of Main Street. They're the ones that fight every single day to make the American dream stay alive and well. And so we're going to champion them as well. Now, these rallies are going to happen regardless of what our leadership in the state may do. They will either be rallies of celebration or they will be rallies of retaliation. Because we need to open up Colorado. We need to get the supply chains back intact. We need to give hope to everyone that Colorado is alive and well. Not encourage them to stay at home, locked up in their own homes where they're not even able to go out and visit their families, go to parks, go to the lakes. Do what we as America know what we do. We can do this. People are responsible. And for those that find themselves in a high risk category, use your best judgment. Use whatever judgment you feel is in the best interest of yourselves. Because we don't want to see anyone not survive this terrible virus. But at the same time, we recognize that our communities, our counties, The livelihood of too many families are being negatively impacted, and they may never be able to recover unless we do something now. And so, what can you do if you're not a small business owner and you want to help? Well, I want to encourage you to join what we're going to be starting up. I want you to become a game changer. Now, what is a game changer? Game changer is someone that's going to do something that's going to make things better. It's going to help others. It's going to continue to ensure that we enjoy our liberties, our freedoms, the pursuit of happiness. I don't know how many of you have noticed, but it seems that the Constitution has been ripped apart. We're not allowed to practice our religious beliefs. We're not allowed to gather peacefully. We're not allowed to travel unabated. Now you got to have certain documents, certain paperwork. If you're out there and you have no reason, they'll fine you. They're forcing you to do things that, really infringe on our personal liberties. Look around, folks. Just look around. It's happening. Never would I've ever thought it would happen in America, but it's happening today. So we're going to create an army called Game Changers. And we're going to create t-shirts, and we're going to create flyers, and we're going to create a recognition that this is what we stand for. This is the logo. As you can see, it's the phoenix bird. And if you know the story of the phoenix, you know the phoenix is a rebirth. The phoenix is something that comes out of the ashes. It was in Greek mythology. And so we're going to be game changers. And it says Colorado, 64 counties. It's about all of us. You're going to see this throughout the state. And what are we going to do? I want the game changers to gather in groups of 5, 10, 15, whatever size you feel is appropriate. And I want you together to go to a small business and utilize their services. Go to the restaurant for breakfast and everyone order breakfast and tip the servers. Go and have lunch. Go to the ice cream parlor. Go and get a haircut together. Go and you ladies go and get your hairs done and your nails done. We need to remind people that it's okay to be out there in groups. It's okay not to practice all of these criteria that they want us to follow. It is your choice. You decide what is in your best interest. You decide how you want to live your life. There's a saying that says that, people should not be afraid of their government. Government should be afraid of the people. And I think it's time we do that. For one, I'm going to dive on the sword for our liberty and our freedom. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that we as Americans have the right to have our businesses, have the right to enjoy our families, have the right to go out in public and do whatever activity we believe is in our best interest. Because if we don't, we've lost it all. And yes, there's going to be naysayers. There's going to be people that'll come after me. There will be people that'll say all kinds of names. They'll call me all kinds of things. And that's okay. I'm prepared for that. Because I know that I'm standing on the truth. I know I'm standing on what's important. And that is helping families, helping small business owners, helping those that need the help the most. Because that's how they make their living. So, please feel free to share this video. Please feel free to let everybody know that there is a movement that is starting. And we want everybody to be a part of it. And let's make our country great again. and let's make Colorado, all 64 counties, a place where we can all be proud of, where we all work hard to protect and preserve the different ways of life that make Colorado the great state that it is. Thank you, and may God bless each and every one of you.